When you think about the future of this great league, certainly, Greg, some terrific young talent on display here tonight.
Yeah, and Kevin, who's got next? I mean, some gifted players here answering in the affirmative.
So the Nets starting five. Down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. Cam Thomas is out there with Russell. And it's Williams at the three, the small forward.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Nets shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Cam Thomas was the 27th pick in the 2021 NBA Draft GA. I think a lot of teams, wouldn't you agree, are regretting passing on him.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to believe that he fell all the way to the end of the first round. Lots of teams would love to have a scorer like him on their roster.
And both free throws good for Thomas. DB thinking about Cam Thomas. When he gets on a roll, he is tough to stop.
Kevin, he reminds me a little bit of the microwave Vinnie Johnson back in the days of Detroit. When this guy is hot, get out of his way and let him do his thing.
Now, here's Thomas. Paolo Banchero, unable to get his last shot to go in.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Now, here's Suggs. Here's Banchero. And the layup's good off the glass.
And the paint is where you love to watch Banchero work. With his size and athleticism, he can attack so effectively inside.
Thomas against Caldwell Pope. And here is Thomas. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's the Nets leading by just 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
And this is why coaches say be aggressive. As long as you're playing smart, good things tend to happen, even if you're on the road.
Thomas gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. D'Angelo Russell out there with Thomas. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. Now, here's Banchero. Here's Suggs. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Suggs has got his first basket.
Jalen Suggs getting right to his sweet spot. You want to give me the mid-range, Jay? I'm taking it.
Russell against Suggs to the paint. Thomas, no good. And Wagner's got the ball here for Orlando. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Suggs passes to Banchero. Banchero draws the double. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Carter. The shot missing. That'll do it for the first half. Game time. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. And it's Carter in at the 5 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Jamal Mosley.
Despite his young age, we know Jalen Suggs has proven to be a tremendous leader. His teammates love playing with this guy.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season, that's really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round. But it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
You must embrace the pressure and knock down critical free throws. Nicely done.
Outside Thomas. Back to Russell. Orlando grabs the miss. Here's Banchero. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Oh, good to see that Banchero has options if he can't penetrate. Your game has to be multifaceted in the league.
Pass to Johnson. Outside Thomas. Claxton trying to free himself up. The layup missed. Suggs against Russell. Now, here's Suggs. Here's Banchero. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And we've reached the end of the third. Magic lead by 4. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. So for Brooklyn now, down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. Cam Thomas is out there with D'Angelo Russell. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. That one falls.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Here's Suggs. And it's Russell with the rebound. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for the Nets. A 2-point game.
You had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
First team foul. Shooting for Brooklyn. Cameron Johnson. At the line for 3.
It's the first, and that narrows the gap to 1. And Johnson drops them both.
How fantastic was that? One mistake and the game's over, but he gets it done.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time.
The last man on the court is going to make a squat. Wing section can be allotted for a free t-shirt.
short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Jamal Mosley was going over with his team. Now, he was quite encouraging in the huddle. He said, look, you're fighting out there, fellas. I can see it. I need you to keep giving everything you have. Bring this one home. See if they can pull it off, guys.
Thank you, David.
And all eyes on Banchero here. They want to see how he handles some intense pressure.
Two shots. Shoot.
He knocks down the clutch free throw.
And the biggest reason Banchero went first overall, Paolo brings you playmaking ability at 6'10". He's got a very rare skill set for that size.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a two-point ball game.
Ice in the veins right there. They're one stop away from winning this thing.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
Well, they've got to be aggressive, guys, because the defense doesn't want to foul here.
.23 seconds left in the fourth. Johnson with a screen on Suggs. Outside Williams. Shoots over Wagner. Oh, no good. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
Second team. At the line for the Magic, Jalen Suggs, taking 2 shots.
Take a break. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
Well, you love a guy who gets himself to the line, takes his time, and makes the free throws. Complete professional.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 4. Turning here to our analysts, what factors, guys, come to your mind?
No time to waste here. Quick bucket and a foul.
Everybody has got to be in the exact perfect position defensively, and execution has got to be on point.
The three from Thomas. Not going to go that time. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for 2, Jalen Suggs.
Shooting 2.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Russell passes to Claxton. From deep, Thomas. No good. So the Magic win it. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, and just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.
Hey everybody, we're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. Welcome everyone, courtside with 2 ex-NBA stars, Grant Hill and Brent Barry. I'm Brian Anderson. We've got Allie LaForce on the sidelines tonight as well. And the starting lineup for Miami. Bam Adebayo is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Tyler Hero. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Ware in at the 5, down low. And for New York, Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Josh Hart. Then it's OG Anunoby. Then there's Jalen Brunson. And it's Bridges in at the shooting guard position. Well, Brent, tonight we got a great front court matchup.
Yeah, this is a game, BA, I think, that has been circled on the calendar. These guys are competitive, but there are positional rivalries that do exist. And the only way you can measure up is standing across from your opponent. We've got that here tonight. Who's going to get the best of who?
Now here's Bridges. And Anunoby for 3. He buries it from 3.
Coming out swinging and hitting the game's first bucket.
Well, for us, it'll be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
Here's Ware. Pass to Hero. And here's Burks. The rebound by Bridges. Hard against Adebayo. Here's Anunoby. Soft touch off the glass. Anunoby's got 5 now.
Well orchestrated, and then the pass is right on the money.
Brunson against Hero. Over Brunson. On the money with the jumper.
Well, quite simply, Hero is on the court for one reason. That is to make buckets. He does that well.
Now here's Brunson. With 1 on the clock. 1 quarter in the books. And it's been a close one. New York out in front, up by 3. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And from what we've seen from New York, what's your take so far?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
And it's Miami's ball. It's a three-point game. They've got Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby out there with Josh Hart. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns, and it's Bridges in at the shooting guard position. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Now here's Hart. Tries the spin move. And rejected. Down low. Burks against Anunoby. Burks passes to Adebayo. Here's Ware. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Just more and more comfortable the guys are when Bam has the ball and they cut. They know they're going to get it.
Brunson against Hero. It's tipped. From down in the low post, it goes. Hero's gotten his second bucket of the game.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Miami out in front, leading by a point. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks so much. I'm here with Coach Tom Thibodeau. And Tom, what's it going to take down the stretch to win this ball game?
I think just tough defense, take good shots, not turn the ball over, play smart.
Back to the basics. Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break. Ready for the third quarter.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Round 3. They're measuring up the shot. All good. Give it up for the participants.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Boy, without question, OG Anunoby displaying all his skills today.
There's virtually nothing you can do to stop him. I mean, you can't even contain him. He's been that great.
Yeah, I don't know if you have enough game plans to slow him down. How do you guard a guy that good?
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. And on the floor for Eric Spoelstra starting the second half. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then there's Alec Burks. Then there's Tyler Hero. And it's Ware in at the center position. Now here's Hero. Three-pointer. Just 3 to shoot. Oh, it's stolen by Towns. Bridges against Wiggins. Outside Anunoby. Outside Brunson. Brunson missing again. The Heat with the lead. It's Wiggins on the wing. Anunoby covering. Wiggins passes to Hero. Over Brunson. Hero no good.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Anunoby for 3. Counted from distance. Anunoby's got 8. And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. New York out in front. They're up by 2. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in a moment. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And just a selfless decision from your two-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
What an advantage if your off-guard can make plays so valuable.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. We've got OG Anunoby. Josh Hart is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Brunson in at the point. That's the 5 for New York right now.
Wow, that takes steady nerves right there.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra said to the team. He encourages guys to stick with it, saying, I don't care what the scoreboard says. If we can play hard, that's all that matters. We can be the stronger team. So that's what coach is looking for.
And Allie, thanks. Here's Hero. And he sinks it. And he's brought them within 2 points now.
And the defense knows that Hero can get that jumper working from just about anywhere.
Here's Towns. Count it!
Defensive foul charged to Kwai. That's his first personal. First team foul. Karl Anthony Towns at the line. One shot.
And that one falls for Towns.
And there's the cherry on top. Excellent trip up the floor to build out this lead.
Here's Hero. Good D by Brunson. And an intentional foul right there.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Josh Hart at the line. 2 shots.
He gets the first, and that increases the lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Free throws always a little bit sweeter when they can add to your lead.
Time called here. Miami decides to talk it over. There's 25 seconds left in the game.
Get ready, everyone. You see yourself on the screen, and you show us your best move. Let's go! Oh, sit down.
Here's Hero. Doubled by Hart. Hero, the pass to Burks. And here's Adebayo. Wiggins for three. And it's in. And now they trail by just 4. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, you can't allow them to dribble out the time.
2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that puts him up 5. And so both free throws good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
Hero outside. The 3 is up. It doesn't go for him. And so this one belongs to the Knicks. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And so true, but you have to credit the crowd for giving them such a big boost toward the end. It really kept this team's energy high.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and our entire 2K Sports crew, this is Brian Anderson signing off. So long, everybody.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Moments away, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Detroit Pistons here at Little Caesars Arena. Good evening, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On our sideline, David Aldridge. Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Oubre out there with Embiid. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the 2 guard. And for Detroit, Thompson and Harris are their forwards. Cade Cunningham out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Duren in at the center. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. Maxey passes to Embiid.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them.
It's his first trip to the line. And the first one drops. Stan, for 4 seasons, you were the head coach of the Detroit Pistons, and we were just talking the other day, what a great sport city Detroit is.
Oh, I absolutely loved my time in Detroit. I've still got 2 kids who live in the area, and great, great, great sports fans. Hardworking people that really value hardworking teams, and if you are one, they will be behind you all the way.
Better than most centers from the line. Embiid exceptional with his hands.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Grimes passes to Maxey. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. For 3. Drills the three-pointer.
And one of the many ways Maxey can hurt you with his shooting, lightning fast on that release.
Cunningham drives in, and he converts the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Just 3 on the clock, and Embiid throws it down.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. And so the first quarter is in the books. 76ers lead by 4. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
Inside for him, it's Harris and Duran. Hardaway is out there with Cunningham. And it's Thompson in at the small forward position. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. Outside Hardaway. Just 5 to shoot. The kick out to Cunningham. Fires away from outside. The shot, no good. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. 4-point game. Maxey passes to George. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And moving George around the floor keeps the defense guessing.
Cunningham against Maxey. From 18 feet away, Cunningham's shot is off.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
And so we wrap up the first half. 76ers ahead. They lead by 6. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Fans, please direct your attention now to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot from the line. They're taking it off. Taking it off the shot. Ooh, that'll luck next time. Let's hear it for our contestant.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. Kelly Oubre out there with George. Then there's Embiid. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the two-guard spot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
That's good from Harris. And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
Good on both.
Guys, that was critical. I mean, that's what we're used to seeing out of him, though, at moments like this.
Maxey passes to Grimes. Oubre for 3. Rebound, Detroit. Harris outside. Pass to Cunningham. Now here's Hardaway. Fires for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham.
And really with a pass-first mentality, Cunningham, the type of player that you like to play with.
Cunningham against Maxey. Here's Embiid. Hits the front of the rim and out. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. 76ers lead by 1. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Thompson and Harris are their forwards. Cunningham is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Duren in at the 5 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. Embiid. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Jalen Duren.
Wow. Embiid pulls the defender in close and then gets all the contact he wants.
Drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game. And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, during the break, I listened in on J.B. Bickerstaff's huddle. With the game in the balance, Coach was calm in the huddle. His main message, execution. He told his team to make sure to remember what they talked about during shoot-around. We've got a great ending in store, guys.
Okay, David, thanks. Inside. Embiid throws it down.
And in the big moment, Embiid is your guy. He's always ready to go on the attack.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And a wide open look for Cunningham. It falls! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
First personal foul. Team second. At the line for the Sixers, Max Kyrie. Max. Team shot.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ballgame.
Great work at the line under pressure. They're that much closer to putting this game away.
It's Cunningham with the drive. It drops, and he has brought them to within 2 points.
Yes, sir. Kay Cunningham embracing the role of a leader.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
You know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
For the Sixers, Max Kyrie. Max. Team shot.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ballgame.
Great composure there. Calmly knocks them down to put this game out of reach.
Hardaway from outside. The shot, no good. So it's the 76ers taking the win in a close game. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Hey, thanks very much, Joel. Quality night offensively. How do you evaluate your performance?
Efficiency-wise, I've been struggling a little bit lately, so, this game was about just letting the game come to me. And I felt like I did. My teammates found me. We got through. We got the win. That's the most important thing.
Winning ugly is better than losing pretty, right? Congrats. Thanks. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later.
A great way to finish the week strong. Friday afternoon, live on 2K Sports. Brian Anderson here, alongside Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, with Allie LaForce joining us from the floor. Let's check out Sacramento's starting lineup. DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Then there's Zach LaVine. Then it's Domantas Sabonis. And it's Ellis in at the point. And for the Timberwolves, Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Conley in at the point. A battle of the big men. Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
Now here's Conley. Outside McDaniels. Conley against Murray. And that one's good from Conley.
A cagey score on the inside. Conley has the smarts and he has the skill.
Ellis passes to DeRozan. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert.
They timed up the layup perfectly. The D saw it develop and got there to bother the shot.
Pass to Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Can you say terrific athlete? Edwards just enjoys getting deep positioning and rising up for the slam.
And here is DeRozan. Puts up a deep 3. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so the first quarter is in the books. The T-Wolves on top. They're up by 4. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And when you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
And it's DeRozan with the ball for Sacramento. 4-point game. Taking a look at Sacramento. The duo inside. It's Murray and Sabonis. Then it's DeMar DeRozan. Then there's Zach LaVine. And it's Ellis in at the 1. Now here's DeRozan. DeRozan, forceful inside.
Quality play recognition by DeRozan. Scans the defense, hits off the pick.
Conley passes to Gobert. Back to Conley. Now here's Edwards. He's covered by LaVine. Rebound by the Kings. .24 seconds left in the second quarter. Murray, no good.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
Levine against Edwards. Fires at the elbow. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Edwards has gotten his second bucket.
No, it's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's Minnesota leading by 4. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Get ready for the fifth half-court shot. Guards, please. They're taking them off the shot. Oh, yeah.
In that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. And it's Sacramento's ball. Trailing by 4. Conley and Ann are the 1 and the 2. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's McDaniels in at the 3. And that's the group for Chris Finch as we begin the second half. DeRozan down low, working on McDaniels. DeRozan getting his feet wet in the paint.
The closer DeRozan gets, the more dangerous he is. That's fantastic work inside.
Conley passes to Gobert. Back to Conley. It's Edwards on the wing. He's covered by Levine. And the basket by Edwards.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
DeRozan down low. McDaniels covering. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Okay, take a moment. Name an offensive move. DeMar has it.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That's good from DeRozan.
There's an old school feel to DeMar's game. He'll hit you with a pull-up mid-range J. It makes DeRozan really tough to guard.
DeRozan hits them both.
And in a close game like this, they can really rely on him to take care of business at the line.
Now here's Edwards. Let's go with a 3. Edwards making it look so easy from deep. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The T-Wolves on top, up by 5. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. All right, a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the fourth quarter. DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Then it's Domantas Sabonis. Then there's Zach LaVine. And it's Ellis in at the 1.
And just an agile move by Edwards inside, allowing him to beat the contact.
The Kings call timeout. Let's get a report from Allie.
Hey guys, I was able to listen in on the Kings head coach talk to his team during the break. He had some words of confidence for his team, saying all it takes is a few chances. We make a few plays down the stretch, we can steal this thing from them. Back to you guys.
And Allie, thank you for that. Here's LaVine. Rebound, Minnesota. Right side, Edwards. Right side, Conley. DeMar DeRozan grabs the miss. On offense, here are the Kings. 7-point differential. Here's LaVine. That one's wide left.
Well, some trips you get the shot you want, it just doesn't fall. I'd go back to him in that area on the floor.
Back to Randall. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Sabonis. So it's Minnesota picking up the win. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of holding on to the lead at the end.
Yeah, get the coffee, because that's the way to close. You're going to face some obstacles in the game, but they overcame every one.
All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Rudy, you guys came to play tonight. Can you talk about the motivation right from the opening tip?
We just wanted to have a good defensive game, come out ready and make sure we communicate and run back, because these guys are very talented, and we did a great job.
The communication paid off. Thanks so much.
All right, Allie, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.
New Orleans, the Big Easy. That's the site for the... Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. In at forward for him, it's James and Hachimura. Austin Reeves out there with Doncic. And it's Hayes in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for New Orleans, we've got Murray. Williamson out there with Trey Murphy. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Messi in at the 5. And these two teams are both aggressive, attacking in transition.
Well, you've got to play to your strengths, right? But really, the league in general is looking for early offense. These teams, no different.
Pass to Williamson. Murray outside. And the 3 ball is good.
Well, I tell you what, that's a sight for sore eyes to see Murray connecting from distance, because when he's doing that, the really opens things up for him because we know he can get to the basket.
Reeves gets the bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Back to McCollum. No good on that one. Nice D from Doncic. Here's Los Angeles now. James finds Hayes.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of this game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line, so that's a nice all-around effort.
He misses the free throw. Good on the second free throw. 20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And Murray's got the ball here for the Pelicans. Here's the screen. Jacks up a three. It's a tie game in New Orleans. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from the Pelicans, what do you guys think?
You know, I think they're going to be happy with how they've played here early on.
I agree with you. I mean, they hit the ground running, had a strong start to the game that they're hoping they can manage the rest of the way.
Now, Doncic. So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter. Outside, the wings are Reeves and James. Rui Hachimura out there with Hayes. And it's Doncic in at the point. And that one's good. Hachimura. Hachimura's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Lakers. And here's McCollum. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. .29 seconds left in the first half. Pass to Doncic. Back to James. Doncic outside. They get it back.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
McCollum outside. A three-pointer off the mark. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Lakers ahead. They're up by 3. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from New Orleans. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. We've got C.J. McCollum. Trey Murphy is out there with Zion Williamson. Then there's DeJounte Murray. And it's Messi in at the center, filling out the middle. And that's the group for Willie Green as we begin the second half. Reeves got a hand on it. Mr. Williamson to the middle. Fires the three. Kicks it out to McCollum. Hits it from three-point range. McCollum's got the first points of the second half up on the board for New Orleans. 23 seconds left in the third quarter. Doncic outside. Nice move. Doncic with a strong move inside.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of three. Lakers lead by 2. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Taking a look at the Lakers. In it forward for him, it's James and Hachimura. Doncic out there with Austin Reeves. And it's Hayes in at the 5 spot. And so it's Willie Green here calling timeout. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Guys, I was able to catch the message Willie Green gave to his team. The message was simple. Keep fighting. Coach told his team, we're in this. We just need some extra effort. Let's go. See if they can come back. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Shot clock at 3. Murray. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Reed. I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
The Lakers moving the ball around. Yes!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
Yeah, and they need it hiccup fast. I mean, they'll be drawing up a quick hitter in the huddle here, no doubt.
We've got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Murray. The putback, got it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
What hustle on the offensive glass, finding ways to capitalize, paying off that hard work.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And that's an intentional foul.
Second team foul. At the line for the Lakers, Austin Reeves. 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
Unflappable. This guy relishes being the man to put the game away.
Williamson finds McCollum. No good from outside. They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
First personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for Los Angeles, Jackson Hayes. At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game. Takes the 3. No good. And so Los Angeles takes the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Luka, you played well and you got the win. So what made the difference?
Yeah, I think we had a great game. You know, I think it was a great game today. You know, we step up together, play good defense, and it was a great win.
Thanks for your time, man. Appreciate it. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
Thanks for spending your Friday afternoon with 2K Sports and the NBA. And this is Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Allie LaForce, our reporter tonight. Here's the starting group for Portland. Shaedon Sharpe out there with Anthony Simons. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. Then it's Denny Avdia. And it's Kamare in at the 3. And for the Rockets, Van Vliet and Green, they're manning the backcourt. Amin Thompson out there with Dylan Brooks. And it's Şengün in at the 5, roaming the paint. Brent, these teams know each other well, and safe to say, they don't particularly like each other.
And I think fans really gravitate towards that sort of dislike. It just puts an extra added ingredient of intensity on a game like this. So for the fan bases, this one's big. And Ayton just up over the top at his size to throw that one down.
Green against Sharpe. Here's Thompson. And that comes off the assist by Green.
Hey, take it right to the defense. Not a bad way to start this game.
Now here's Simons. Pass to Kamare. 29 seconds left in the opening quarter. 5 on the clock. And here's Simons outside. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Well, this is one of Simons' strengths, just an outstanding shooter from behind the arc.
Van Vliet scanning the floor. cash it in from close range. And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Portland ahead, leading by 3. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Trailblazers, what do you guys think?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
Green is the 2 with Brooks at the 3. Alperon Şengün out there with Amin Thompson. And it's Van Vliet in at the point guard position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Now here's Van Vliet. Thompson outside. To the middle. Here's Şengün. And Şengün throw it down.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. Here's Ayton. Outside Sharp. Avdia outside. Simons outside. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And this is how confident Simons is playing right now. He knows how lethal he is off the catch.
Floats one, and there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That's on Anthony Simons.
Man, the defender really went after him.
These are his first free throws of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Van Vliet. So hits 1 and misses 1 at the line. Sharp with it. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's going to be on Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Portland shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. The first one falls. Both free throws good from Sharp.
Just so reliable at the line. There was never a doubt that those were money.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's the Trailblazers up 5. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Runs. They're thinking about the shot. Give it up for the participants.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. You look at Anthony Simons, he's been playing really well.
There's virtually nothing you can do to stop him. I mean, you can't even contain him. He's been that great.
Yeah, I don't know if you have enough game plans to slow him down. How do you guard a guy that good?
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Checking out the group for Chauncey Billups to start the second half. DeAndre Ayton is out there with Denny Avdia. Then there's Anthony Simons. Then there's Sharp. And it's Kamare in at the 3.
And he's much more comfortable shooting off a pass. Brooks with a nice shot.
Pass to Kamare. And here's Sharp. It's rebounded by Şengün. Inside. Outside for Green. 23 seconds left in the third quarter. There's the double with Sharp. Here's Şengün. And it's Houston scoring again. And it's Simons with the ball for the Trailblazers. Avdia outside. Over Thompson. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. It's a tie game here in Houston. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling here on 2K Sports. Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Van Vliet and Green, they're manning the backcourt. Dylan Brooks is out there with Amin Thompson. And it's Şengün in at the center position. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. Check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened to Ime Udoka's huddle. Coach wasn't very animated in this tight game, but asked this of his team. How bad do you want it? Right now, this is all about who wants it more. So go out there and take it, guys.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Van Vliet against Simons. Here's Şengün. Even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off. And I think we'll see him milk the clock a bit.
Yeah, seems like the heady move right now.
Pass to Simons. Avdia from outside. Thompson pulls it in. And the Rockets with possession. Trailing by 2. Shoots over Simons. Money! A huge shot to tie it up!
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Simons against Van Vliet. Simons outside, and there's the drive.
And coming down the stretch, you just can't afford that type of defensive breakdown.
Yeah, breakdowns like this are only going to hurt you moving forward and late in the game. Establish some trust and make the defense come together.
And Ime Udoka has called timeout. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
I don't know if they should be greedy here and go for a three. I'd take it to the basket, get a high percentage shot, or maybe get fouled.
Here's Van Vliet. Shoots over Simons.
Did he get it off in time?
Counts at the buzzer!
That's a field goal.
And this is as good as it gets. A big-time bucket to send it to OT.
Time expires. We're going to overtime. And we'll return shortly. Boy, these teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters. Now we're headed to overtime. This one should be fun. And the Trailblazers start out with the ball. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. Green is the 2 with Brooks at the 3. Amin Thompson out there with Alperon Şengün. And it's Van Vliet in at the 1. And Ime Udoka has called timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Van Vliet against Simons. Pass to Green to take the lead. And Aiden pulls it down.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Aiden, a screen on Van Vliet. There's Simons with a 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. This might be a turning point.
Massive possession here.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Thompson. Can't connect from the right block. And they committed intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Trailblazers, Anthony Simons taking 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Showing great confidence from the line. That makes this a 2-possession game.
Timeout called, the Rockets. There's 18 seconds left in the first overtime period. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
And no doubt, they've got to get a quick bucket here.
It's funny, at this point in the game, the coach is asking the team to be perfect. They haven't been to this point.
Here's Van Vliet. Portland with a rebound.
I admire the play call. They just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Shooting for Portland. Dennis Avdia at the line for 2.
Shoot 2.
He drops the first one, and that puts him up 5. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
When you've got your opponent down, don't let him up. This one's all but over.
And it's Brooks missing. And they go to the intentional foul.
Jalen Green. First personal foul. 4th team foul. Shooting for Portland. Sharp taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. And no luck that time either. So it's Portland picking up the win. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime they caught a second win.
They really did, and it was wild. Everything it took just to get to the extra period, and then their surge at the end.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for tuning in. And time now to introduce our player of the game.
The Bucks are always hyped to play in front of their home crowd. And tonight, 2K Sports brings you the NBA on a Friday afternoon. This is Kevin Harlan with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, giving us the rundown from the sideline courtside, David Aldridge. Here's the starting group for the Charlotte Hornets. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Bridges out there with Williams, and it's Green in at the 3 spot. And for the Bucks, the post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Taurean Prince is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Kuzma in at the 3, the small forward. There should be plenty of action down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
Now, here is Miller. Pass the ball. Shot clock at 6. From the arc, and he's good on the 3 ball.
And when in trouble, get it to Melo. Let Ball go to work.
Antetokounmpo passes to Lillard. A floater. Rebound by Williams. Bridges deciding where to go with it. From 7. Yep, that one goes in there.
Well, boy, Miles Bridges showing you that he's not just a scorer. How about that pass and setup?
Bridges against Antetokounmpo. Into the lane. And then jammed down as he goes right over Mark Williams.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's Charlotte. They lead by 3. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
Here's Lillard. So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Bridges out there with Josh Green. And it's Williams at the 5.
How about that display of athletic ability? Kuzma can contort his body when converting on those difficult shots.
Now here's Green. Bridges passes the ball. Now Williams over Lopez. And it's sent back by Lopez. And here's the break. Here's Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo using his speed in transition.
And big men aren't supposed to move that well in the open floor. That's a big reason Giannis earned the name, the Freak.
Here's Ball driving the lane. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
And Lillard kicks to Prince. Floats it up for Giannis. There's Giannis. Look out below.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. That shot off the mark. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Bucks lead by 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Joined by Doc Rivers. Coach, what did you think of the effort in the first half?
Well, the effort's fine, I guess. Defensively, we got to be better, so that's part of the effort. But they're just scoring too easy. They're throwing us around. They are so much more the physical team right now, so we got to pick up our physicality.
I'm sure that will be discussed thoroughly before the next half. Thanks. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
It felt like his work on the interior really gave this offense a boost. Let's see if he can dominate the rest of the way.
Milwaukee with the ball. It's a one-point game. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Taurean Prince. And it's Kuzma in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. Here's Lillard, and he uses the glass on the layup. Lillard's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Bucks.
Aggressive move by Lillard, attacking the heart of that defense.
Green against Kuzma. Back to ball. Lopez with the block. Kuzma outside. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Kuzma's got the lead up to 6 now for the Bucks.
That's about pre-shot preparation, the anticipation of the pass. Kuzma, easy work.
Ball with the bucket. Ball's got 7.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Bucks ahead, up by 4. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for Charlotte, setting the floor for the Hornets. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Josh Green is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Williams at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Pass to Giannis. The 9-foot shot. It's rebounded by Charlotte. A big-time possession here.
Yeah, and their hearts must be going 100 miles an hour right now.
Williams in the post. Lopez covering. Williams inside. Lopez is there. Just 5 on the clock. And Ball gets double-teamed. For 3, Bridges. Antetokounmpo pulls it in, and they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
"16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Second team foul. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And timeout is called by Charles Lee. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. And wants their best move at this point.
And it's do or die time. They need a bucket here to stay alive.
And it's either got to be a three-pointer or a score quickly and take the foul.
Nuggets with the ball. They trail by 3, and the slam by Williams.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Gets the first, and that will put them up by 2. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
Well, those are essential free throws to make a 3-point lead. It's going to take something from long range now to tie this game.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
And it's do or die time. They need a bucket here to stay alive.
And it's either got to be a 3-pointer or a score quickly and take the foul.
Here's Green, a 3 off the inbound. Off target from downtown. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
First personal foul. 14 foul. At the line for the Hawks, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
Greg, this is all about execution. Can you free an open man from the three-point line? That's what it comes down to.
So a close game sees Milwaukee taking this one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thank you, Kevin. Giannis, when your group is sharing the ball like this, how dangerous is this team?
We can be really dangerous. You know, everybody can make shots. Everybody on the floor, the basketball players. And the most important, we're having fun.
Always more fun when you win, man. Congrats. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, DA, thanks again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Owens, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
All right, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce is our reporter. And now the Los Angeles starters. Powell and Kwai in at the forward spots. Chris Dunn is out there with James Harden. And it's Zubats in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Mavericks, they've got Thompson. Daniel Gafford is out there with Davis. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Washington in at the 3, the small forward. And Clark, for these two teams, a lot of their action runs through the front court.
You're exactly right, B.A., and I think that's where the game's going to ultimately be decided. I mean, we have to see which set of these bigs is going to impose their will, not just offensively, but defensively, too.
Now here's Irving. Shoots over Harden. Offensive board. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Hey, the skills of Kyrie are obvious, but what isn't so obvious is his underestimated strength.
Here's Leonard. Ooh, and Leonard throws it down.
What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
Outside Davis. 29 seconds left in the first. Irving against Harden. Just 5 on the clock. Count it.
Kyrie going to work from the mid-range is a thing of beauty. Such a skilled offensive player.
Leonard against Davis. Now here's Leonard. Shoots over Davis. And it's off the back of the rim. No good.
Great defensive effort to lock down the paint.
Impressive work protecting the basket. He held his ground nicely on that one.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Mavericks ahead, up 2. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Mavericks.
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
And here are the Clippers now. Washington out there with Anthony Davis. Then it's Daniel Gafford, then it's Thompson, and it's Irving in at the point guard position. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Now here's Powell. Spins. Shot clock at 5. Scores off the spin.
Not many guys have a handle like James Harden. Exception at slicing up the defense.
Outside Davis. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Clippers. And Harden's got the ball here for Los Angeles. Dunn outside. Leonard outside. 17 seconds left to play in the second quarter. From the right block, It's Leonard with a good look inside.
Skilled at getting inside and doing work down there. Kawhi Leonard is a confident scorer.
Outside Irving. Davis with a screen on Harden. Irving for three. No luck on that one. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. It's Los Angeles up by 2. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Thanks so much, guys. Zoo, a strong first half for this team. What was the mindset that gave you guys the lead?
We just had to be ourselves, just be ourselves, move the ball, play the unselfish, and we're going to get ourselves an offense.
Stay true to you, guys.
Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Here's Harden checking out the group for Ty Lue to start the second half. Powell and Kwai in at the forward spots. James Harden out there with Chris Dunn, and it's Zubats in at the 5. And that one's good. Harden's got his second basket.
Guys, it's hard to shake Harden off his game. He's so strong and skilled. He keeps his balance right where he needs it.
Now here's Gafford. To the inside. Here's Irving. It's rebounded by Zubats. And here's Harden. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They lead by 4. Dunn outside. Pass to Leonard. And here's Zubats. Shot clock at 6. Outside for Harden. Over Irving. Harden can't hit.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
And we've reached the end of the third. It's Los Angeles up by 4. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And Dallas with possession. 4-point game. Kyrie Irving out there with Thompson. Then it's Washington. Then it's Daniel Gafford. And it's Davis in at power forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. the sideline. Let's catch up with Allie.
Hey guys, I was able to catch the message that Jason Kidd was giving to his team. He told his guys not to lose hope, saying to them, it's a long game, fellas, and we're in this one, but I need each one of you to step up your intensity right now. Let's see if Coach's message resonates, guys.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Harden against Irving. Gafford with a screen on Harden. Irving for three. Yes! And that one brings them within one.
Irving's got him falling right now, that's for sure.
Leonard against Davis. Nifty move. And it's good.
Boy, and just look at what Leonard is doing.
What a huge trip here.
Absolutely. You can feel the energy in this arena.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. Here's Irving. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Deflected. Goes back up. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. James Harden picks one up.
You know, I like how Irving also keeps the defense guessing, keeps them off balance, and he's so crafty and creative around the basket.
Good on the first, and that brings him within 2 here. And so he hits both.
And he doesn't let the pressure get to him. Cool and confident from the line.
And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not on the penalty just yet.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And he commits the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Norman Powell. 2 shots. Take a break. 2 shots.
the first one, and that'll put them up 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Couldn't have asked for anything better there. Only a 3 can tie it now. And looking to even the score with a huge 3.
You don't want to force it, though. Still need to get a quality look.
Davis from long range. The 3 won't fall. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
He drops the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both, and it's a 5-point game.
I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
So it's the Clippers taking the W in a close one. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.
They really should take this win to heart. When the pressure was on, they stepped up and worked twice as hard to overcome it.
And now let's check in with Allie LaForce with the player of the game. Allie.
James, congratulations on a big win, but I ask you this. Where does this team need to continue to grow?
Our backbone, what we're going to rely on is our defense, and it's on us now defensively to be able to lock up, be able to communicate, and be able to sustain it for full quarters. And once we get that at a high level and consistently, it's going to be a problem.
Thanks, James. Back to you.
Allie, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Clark Kellogg, this is Brian Anderson thanking you all for tuning in tonight. So long.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. And thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you're enjoying your Friday afternoon. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And joining us from the sidelines is David Aldridge. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Butler out there with Green, and it's Moody in at the 3 slot. And for the Spurs, up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. Fox is out there with Castle. And it's Wembanyama in at the 5. And looking at tonight's contest, Coach, why are both teams so good rebounders?
Well, I'd like to say it's great coaching, Kevin. I always give those guys credit. But in reality, both teams do have a philosophy to go after the ball, and both these teams have tough, active people who are committed to getting as many extra possessions as they possibly can.
And you can't win in this league unless you can rebound, right?
Well, especially on the defensive end, Kevin. You've got to be able to keep the other team off the glass. At the offensive end, it sort of varies from team to team.
So the San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. Pass to Moody. Green against Wembanyama. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Butler. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Down low and stolen by Butler. To the inside, Green. Good defense by Wembanyama.
Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
Barnes outside. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's the Spurs. They lead by a bucket. And we'll be back right after this. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. Castle is out there with Fox. And it's Wembanyama in at the 5, roaming the paint. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Barnes finds Fox. Wembanyama outside. Back to Fox. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Fox has got his first points in this one.
And that's where De'Aaron Fox thrives. He wants to get inside and finish at the rim.
Pass to Butler. Green with a screen on Barnes. Here's Butler. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama.
You love how competitive Butler is. He insists on taking his shot despite the foul.
This is his first free throw of the game. And that one misses.
A highly talented two-way player. Butler is also known for his tough-nosed approach to the game.
He hits the second from the line. Here are the Spurs with the ball. It's a 3-point game. Curry against Fox. Over Curry. Fox, no good. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Spurs lead by 3. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you like and not like about how your team has played so far?
Too many turnovers, but I think we've got a decent pace.
Thanks for your time, Pop. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Curry with it, setting the floor for the Warriors. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Hootie is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Green in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And so Wembanyama will bring it up for San Antonio. Barnes outside. Vassell outside. Butler with the steal. Now here's Moody. Guarded by Fox. Here's Butler. In the paint, Butler.
Butler is smart and knows to take what you give him. If the mid-range is open, he'll take it.
Fox looking it over. 12 seconds left in the third. Clock at 6. Wembanyama sets a screen for Fox. Traps in the tray. Fox has got 5. Big time bucket there.
And guys, you don't have to tell these fans how important that shot was.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. It's San Antonio. They're up by 1. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammates.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. De'Aaron Fox out there with Castle. And it's Wembanyama in at center. That's the San Antonio 5. Here's Fox. Draymond Green with the rebound.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. The latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. Now, with this game up for grabs, Coach told his guys to think positive. He said, "We know this game is ours, fellas. We've earned it. I need you to show me right now that you want this." When they get it done, we'll see. Guys.
Thanks, David. This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
Second team foul. At the line for your Spurs, De'Aaron Fox. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Getting both at the line. It's a 3-point game.
Yeah, at this point, they're going to have to go for the 3 and try to force OT.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout.
All right, fans, it's dance game time. Get ready to dance like everyone's watching.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Curry against Fox. Left side Curry. Butler on the wing. Green with a screen on Barnes. Well, they're passing to Moody. 5 to shoot. The three won't fall. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
The line for San Antonio, Castle, taking 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
No doubt, that just about seals it.
And so it's the Spurs with the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. So, for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long.